It's here, the third and final installment of our character Miscellany. Yep, I said it. That's right. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the content. Believe me, I appreciate all the love you guys have given on these videos. It's friggin' amazing. But I need more ideas. So tell me what you guys want to see down below, and we'll get down to it. In the meantime, let's go.
If memory serves me right, the last time an Outlander visited Tibet was centuries ago. Imagine my surprise when I discovered yet another guest during my most recent travels. A machine hunter.
It's interesting how they're using a different voice actor for this.
Tribe. Oh my, I cannot wait to learn more about her and her abilities. Let's not dilly-dally and begin our research.
Aloy here. I don't know this world, but my arrows are sharp and my bow's ready.
Based on my observations, Aloy is highly proficient with a bow and arrow. She can limit her prey's mobility with the power of cryo, aiding companions in setting up ambushes.
Stop frame right there.
Rejected by her tribe since birth, Aloy gained her hunting prowess under the watchful eye of an experienced hunter. Like any successful adventurer, hunters never rush into danger. One must tactfully hide and wait to strike.
Tactfully.
When Aloy is in the party, animals that produce foul, raw meat, or chilled meat will not be startled when approached.
Because Aloy's a badass
Aloy's
hunter
normal
right
attack deals physical damage and can combo up to 4 consecutive shots. For a more precise aimed shot with increased damage, hold the attack button.
They didn't even like...
Aiming will also accumulate frost on the arrowhead, which will deal cryo damage once fully charged. Tap Aloy's elemental skill to throw a freeze bomb in the targeted direction that explodes on impact, dealing cryo damage. When it detonates, the bomb will split into chill water bomblets that explode on contact with opponents or after a short delay, dealing cryo damage. Such an ingenious blasting design.
When a freeze bomb or chill water bomblet hits
an opponent, the opponent's attack is reduced.
So how would you want to build this character?
Receives a coil stack, which increases her normal attack damage.
So what, flat damage then?
When she has 4 stacks, the coil effect is removed, and Aloy gains Rushing Ice for a set time period, which additionally increases her normal attack damage and converts her normal attack damage into cryo damage. While under the effect of Rushing Ice, Aloy cannot receive new coil stacks. Coil effects will be cleared once Aloy leaves the field for a set time. After unlocking the talent Combat Override, for a certain duration after gaining the coil effect, Aloy increases the attack of all party members. This effect cannot stack.
The hunt is on!
Aloy throws a power cell filled with cryo in the targeted direction, then detonates it with an arrow, dealing AoE cryo damage. An explosive infused with elemental energy. Remarkable. If utilized in the right time and place, its effectiveness will be indisputable. A good hunter can deliver a decisive blow or hold their own during a long battle. After unlocking the talent Strong Strike, when Aloy is in the Rushing Ice state conferred by Frozen Wilds, her cryo damage bonus gradually increases.
Really?
Aloy is a skilled hunter who moves with great precision, like a cat in pursuit of its prey. It'll be difficult to escape her attacks once she locks onto her target. Any foe can be conquered with the joint forces of her and her companions. In combat, Aloy often opens up with her freeze bomb and accumulates coil stacks while her teammates launch their attacks. Once an opponent is hit by a freeze bomb or chill water bomblet, the party's attack will be increased thanks to the Combat Override talent. When Aloy reaches 4 coil stacks, she enters the Rushing Ice state. This makes her arrows even more lethal as they'll pierce enemies with biting frost. Combine this with the talent Strong Strike to constantly increase Aloy's cryo damage during
elemental damage.
When her energy is full,
a sprinkling
Aloy
of crit
unleashes
chance,
her elemental burst that wipes out opponents in the target area.
And maybe Would you want crit multi, or would you want to go maybe just get flat
I
fizz?
hope you found
Call
my
it a day.
research as informative as I did. As a sorceress, I love making new discoveries, examining all kinds of otherworldly things, and using that knowledge to create something new. Maybe Aloy and I are more alike than it may seem. Though she plays so many roles in her homeworld, Aloy begins her journey into Vat with a clean slate. She'll get to know new places, meet new companions, and reconsider what her homeland means to her. With her survival skills, adventuring into Vat should be a breeze. If only she'd let me tinker with her bombs a little.
If only. Imagine if like she did toy with like Klee's bombs and like made them even stronger. That'd be some scary shit, not gonna lie. Some very scary shit. Wait, you can unlock Aloy for free? What? They just giving her away? Kujo!
The Tengu of Inazuma dwell in the mountain forests, rarely appearing in human society. To live among humans as Kujosara does, not to mention serve as their army general,
Kujo.
is almost unheard of. One wonders if, in her eyes, the profound seclusion of the densely wooded mountains and the eternity pined for by the Raiden Shogun bear any similarity to each other.
I will lead us to victory.
I'm not gonna lie, I was just guessing when I saw that
As
name. I
general
didn't
of the
actually
Tenryou
realize that her
Commission,
name is actually Kujo.
Kujosara is a fearless warrior and a formidable leader. As one of Tengu blood,
I just
she
feel
can
like it'd be a
summon the
great
mighty
name for a
power
dog.
of Tengu Jurai to
Like,
rouse her
Kujo, get 'em!
troops. As
Kujo!
she leads them into the heat of battle,
You know, that's my thought process.
the Tengu are known for their agility, and Kujosara knows Inazuma exceptionally well, as her role requires her to move around frequently and rapidly. When Kujosara is dispatched on an expedition in Inazuma, she completes the task in a reduced time.
Another 25% reducer. Okay.
Kujosara's normal attack can combo up to 5 consecutive shots, dealing physical damage. Holding the attack button executes a more precise shot that deals increased damage.
Did it jump?
While
too?
aiming, crackling lightning accumulates on the arrowhead. An arrow fully charged with the storm's might will deal electro damage to enemies on impact.
It does AoE. Okay.
When Kujosara casts her elemental skill, she retreats rapidly with the speed of a Tengu, then summons the protection of the Crow Feather in the form of Crow Feather cover. When Kujosara fires a fully charged aimed shot, Crow Feather cover is consumed, and a Crow Feather is left where the arrow strikes. After a short duration, the Crow Feather triggers Tengu Jurai Ambush, which deals electro damage to enemies in its AoE, and
so
grants the
little
active character
AoE
within its
explosion,
AoE
okay.
an attack bonus, based on Kujosara's base attack.
Fancy.
Skilled use of this technique allows Kujosara to rapidly evade enemy attacks, and also set the stage for a robust counterattack from an advantageous position. After unlocking the talent Immovable Will, after gaining Crow Feather cover by casting her elemental skill, Kujosara's aimed shots reach full charge more quickly. Kujosara is an intelligent and capable general. Troop morale is all the stronger just for knowing she is in command.
These still shots, I love. They did such a great
After
job on
unlocking
these
the
still
talent
shots.
Decorum, when Tengu Jurai Ambush hits an enemy, all party members restore some energy, the amount of which is based on Kujosara's energy recharge. This effect can be triggered once
Yo,
per
it
set
scales
time
off her
period.
energy recharge rate?
Glory to the Shogun!
Wow, talk about being able to literally set it up so your teammates
Kujosara
spam
casts
your
down
teammates.
Tengu Jurai Titan Breaker, dealing AoE electro damage.
Huh.
Afterwards, Tengu Jurai Titan Breaker spreads out into 4 consecutive bouts of Tengu Jurai Storm Cluster, dealing AoE electro damage. Both Titan Breaker and Storm Cluster can provide the active character within their AoE with the same attack bonus as given by Tengu Jurai
That's
Ambush.
cool. That's such a cool ability.
The attack bonus provided by various kinds of Tengu Jurai cannot be stacked. The effect and duration is determined by the last Tengu Jurai to take effect. Kujosara is a seasoned war veteran and a leader greatly admired by her subordinates. She uses the secret techniques of the Tengu to bolster her forces and empower them to win victory after victory. In battle, Kujosara must make deft use of her elemental skill to adjust her strategic position and use charged shots to trigger Tengu Jurai Ambush, dealing damage to the enemy while providing attack bonuses to
There's
teammates.
a lot more strategy you gotta do
and
with like these
restoring
newer
energy
characters.
for the whole party. When energy is full,
Like I like the setups
Kujosara
from a lot of them, but
unleashes her
there's
elemental
so much
burst to assault
extra
the enemy,
stuff you gotta do
and
now.
once again provide a Tengu Jurai attack bonus, paving the way for her forces to swoop in and crush the enemy's defenses. As a Tengu raised by humans, Kujosara heeds the call of humanity, forsaking her own kind, to fight for the mortal world in battle. Perhaps those who achieve such outstanding feats are too satisfied with their own brilliance to realize that their god has raised them in a prison. Sometimes I cannot decide whether the greater tragedy is to have lost all one's own ambition or to have adopted the wishes of a god as one's own.
I'm not gonna lie, dude. I don't understand what the hell that guy just said at the end right there. Sounded intelligent as fuck, but its meaning is lost on me on that one.
Strict regulations govern everything
Toma.
in Inazuma. Outlanders looking for a home away from home face many obstacles here. So how did a Mondstatter called Toma earn a reputation as a local fixer and secure a job with the Yashiro Commission?
How
Is
did
this
he?
a testament to the Kamisato clan's magnanimity?
He's just
or
a
to
hard worker.
Toma's
That's all.
exceptional
Man just
abilities?
works his butt off. That's all.
Where we headed this time?
He's a pyro too.
Toma is well connected and values his companions both in everyday life and in combat. He fights to defend the ones he holds dear. When crisis comes, Toma's urge to defend kicks in as he dons his armor and grabs his polearm to help his friends fend off their foes with scorching flames.
Wow.
He is someone that his team can always rely on. Toma takes to new life skills like a fish to water. After arriving in Inazuma, he quickly learned how
Look
to
at the little
partake of the
pretty
bountiful
fishes.
blessings found in the nation's waters. After Toma becomes your
There's
travel
fishing
companion,
in the game
when
now?
travelers go fishing in Inazuma, there is a certain chance to receive double the catch with Toma's help.
Yo, what?
Toma's normal attack can combo up to 4 strikes, dealing physical damage. Holding the attack button, Toma
love, like, the
consumes a
settings
certain
for some
amount
of
of
these
stamina
places.
to perform a charged attack, lunging forward and dealing physical damage to enemies in his path. Tap Toma's elemental skill, and he vaults forward with his polearm to deliver a fling-filled flying kick,
That's pretty cool.
dealing AoE pyro damage,
That's an interesting
while
combo.
also summoning a defensive blazing barrier. At the moment of casting, this skill applies pyro to Toma. The blazing barrier absorbs damage and is especially effective against pyro damage. The damage absorption scales off of Toma's max HP. Also, when a new blazing
So
barrier
HP
is
scaling,
obtained,
huh?
the existing barrier's damage absorption will stack, and the duration is refreshed. The blazing barrier's damage absorption cannot exceed a certain percentage of Toma's max HP.
I got you covered!
I wonder what the percentage is.
When Toma unleashes his elemental burst, he spins his polearm, slicing at his foes with roaring flames, dealing AoE pyro damage, and producing a scorching Oyoroi. While scorching Oyoroi is in effect,
Very
the
scorching.
active character's normal attacks will trigger fiery collapses, dealing AoE pyro damage, and summoning a blazing barrier. Except for the amount of damage they can absorb, the blazing barriers created in this way are identical to those created by Toma's elemental skill. After unlocking the talent Flaming Assault, damage dealt by Crimson Oyoroi's fiery collapse is increased by an amount that scales with Toma's max HP.
Wow, he's a Mac. Okay, so he's a tanky boy.
Toma's robust defense will not be torn down easily. It gets all the more resilient as the battle heats up. After unlocking the talent Imbricated Armor, when a blazing barrier is obtained or refreshed, the active character's shield strength is increased.
What? Wow.
Toma is a dependable companion. He ardently believes in defending others.
Toma
Even in the
tanky as
fiercest of
fuck.
battles, you
that
can
boy
trust
thick
him
with
to have your back.
Reese's.
During battle, Toma uses Blazing Barrier to protect other party members, allowing them to safely go on the offensive. When he casts his elemental burst, the Scorching Oyoroi provides both attack and defense. Party members under Scorching Oyoroi's protection benefit from increased odds of survival and can also trigger fiery collapses with their normal attacks. The pyro damage support that Toma provides in this way further enhances the party's attack capabilities.
Wow. That's so dumb. You could literally just sit there and spam because of how his shield absorbs stuff. That's dumb. What?
As an outsider in Inazuma, Toma is often viewed as someone who doesn't belong. To this day, many believe the slander behind his back. But through his own hard work and the Kamisato clan's tolerant attitude, Toma has carved out a space for himself here, despite the somewhat hostile environment. Occasionally a thought crosses my mind. If one who has turned their back on the gods ever chose to follow them once more, would any such favorable treatment be extended to them? Regrettably, no opportunity of this nature exists, nor would I have the desire to take it. Over centuries of futility, I have at least learned one thing. So long as you have determination, you can always keep going. A defender's will is a precious thing, and hatred can serve to nourish it.
Not wrong. Not wrong right there. Wow. Ooh, Arataki! Y'all been hyping this man's up. Let's see what's going on with this man's.
Have earned the loud and proud Arataki gang a certain measure of fame in Inazuma City's Hanamizaka district. Or perhaps that should be infamy. Either way,
infamy.
When it comes to their founder and leader, Arataki Itto, everyone has to agree he's one of a kind.
Arataki numero uno Itto here in the flesh.
If you claim you've never heard of the Arataki gang, don't be surprised if Itto takes it as an intentional provocation. In protest, he'll lift his hefty claymore and show off a few of his signature charged attacks.
He wheels that claymore and looks like it weighs like
the baddest Oni in town.
Like a massive claymore.
Arataki Itto brags that with his Oni strength, even the sturdiest of trees can be felled. With Arataki Itto in the party, when your party members attack trees to obtain wood resources, they have a chance to get an additional log of wood.
You have to hit trees in this game now too?
Arataki Itto's normal attack can combo up to 4 strikes. When his second and fourth strikes hit enemies, Itto will gain 1 or 2 stacks of superlative super strength, respectively, up to a max of 5 stacks. For a short time after sprinting or using his elemental skill, Itto can continue his normal attack chain where it left off. When performing a charged attack, if Itto has any superlative super strength stacks, he will unleash Arataki Kesagiri slashes without consuming stamina. Each slash consumes 1 stack of superlative super strength. When the last stack is consumed, Itto delivers a powerful final slash.
Really?
If no superlative super strength is available, Itto's charged attack consumes stamina to perform a single Saichi Monji slash. After unlocking the talent Arataki Ichiban, when Arataki Itto uses Arataki Kesagiri,
he attacks faster.
He slashes with increased attack speed, and his resistance to interruption is also increased. These effects will be cleared once he stops performing.
His combos are really freaking cool, though. I'm not gonna lie.
Tap Itto's elemental skill, and he hurls
What the heck
Ushi,
is that thing?
the young Akaushi bull and auxiliary member of the Arataki gang, dealing geo damage to enemies. When Ushi hits enemies, Arataki Itto gains a stack of superlative super strength.
That's cute as fuck, not gonna
Holding
lie.
the elemental skill button allows Itto to adjust Ushi's throwing angle. Ushi inherits HP based on a percentage of Arataki Itto's max HP, and continuously taunts surrounding enemies. When Ushi takes damage, Arataki Itto gains a stack of superlative super strength. Ushi will flee when its HP reaches 0 or its duration ends, and Arataki Itto gains a stack of superlative super strength as it leaves. Ushi is considered a geo-construct, and Arataki Ito can only deploy one Ushi on the field at any one time.
Oni coming through!
Really?
When Ito unleashes his elemental burst, he lets out his inner raging Oni King for a time, and wields his Oni King's Kanabo in battle. For the burst's duration, Ito's elemental and physical resistance are decreased, but his normal, charged, and plunging attacks are converted to geo damage that cannot be overridden. Also, Ito's normal attack speed is increased, and his attack is
smacking
increased
him around
based on his defense.
Jesus.
During the Raging Oni King state, when the first or third strikes of his attack hits an enemy, Ito gains a stack of superlative super strength. With adept use of this effect, Ito can overwhelm the enemy with more Arataki Kesagiri slashes.
Cute little bull boy.
And vaunt the might
Okay, I'm
of
starting to
the
see why you like
Arataki gang.
this guy. Okay, he's got a cute little bull.
Ito's Crimson Oni bloodline is not only a point of pride, it's his source of strength in battle. After unlocking the talent bloodline of the Crimson Oni, Arataki Kesagiri damage is increased by an amount that scales with Ito's defense. Arataki Ito's life is one where a new challenger could appear at any moment. But as a self-professed tough guy, he won't go down without a fight. No matter who the opponent, he's always itching to show off his awesome skills and attain victory with style. During battle, Arataki Ito uses his normal attacks and elemental skill to accumulate stacks of superlative super strength, then batters the enemy with the Arataki Kesagiri charged attack. When his energy is full, Arataki Ito unleashes his elemental burst to enter the Raging Oni King state, greatly enhancing his abilities.
Weapon turned into like this giant mace.
Ito can quickly stack up that superlative super strength and use Arataki Kesagiri slashes to crush those who dare challenge him.
Like
compared
HP
to his peers,
and
Arataki Ito has lived a colorful life and is familiar with the inside of a prison cell, fully qualifying him as the rightful leader of the Arataki gang. Though some may contest his way of handling things, the members of this young Crimson Oni's gang choose to follow him, despite the diet of grilled lavender melon.
That sounds horrible.
Well, it's one way of living. And ultimately, surviving on sporadic work and next to no mora is still an easier task than trying to deny your destiny.
Wow. Okay, I can see why y'all like him. I don't know if he's really for me, but I do like some of his versatility that he has with his attacks. I mean, that is pretty freaking cool. I just wonder how you build him. Like, what kind of build do you want to go with that character?
In the vast and mysterious world of Teyvat, there are as many ways of life as there are people. Some heed the call of duty, others the call of freedom. Some follow their beliefs, others their talents. A few trust their instincts and rise to shoulder great responsibility, a prime example being General Goro of Watatsumi Island. Since you never know what the enemy might throw at you, the key to surviving the chaos of battle is being able to adapt in the moment.
Keep your weapon at the ready. You never know what's around the corner.
Nope, I don't even know what's around the corner.
Goro has endured countless battles in his time, and this experience has taught him one important lesson. However strong you may be, war is never a one-man job. As a commander, Goro is constantly looking out for his troops, offering his protection and support right alongside them on the front line. Goro has always loved the great outdoors. His keen sense of smell makes him an expert at tracking down resources. When Goro is in your party, the location of resources unique to Inazuma will appear on your minimap, making it easier to gather supplies.
Really? Okay, well, all right, that sounds about right. You gotta have one of those characters.
Goro's normal attack can combo up to 4 consecutive shots, dealing physical damage. With a charged attack, Goro executes a more precise aimed shot that deals increased damage. While aiming, stone crystals accumulate on the arrowhead. A fully charged arrow will deal geo damage.
Okay.
Tap Goro's elemental skill to employ Inuzaka all-round defense, dealing AoE geodamage, and erecting a General's War Banner. Hold the skill to adjust the banner's position.
Well, that's convenient. That's actually really nice.
The General's War Banner provides buffs to active party members within its AoE.
Like how it's got little
And
paw
the
on
more
it,
Geo
too.
characters
Aw.
in the party, the stronger the buffs.
The more
If the
Geo
party
characters.
contains one Geo character, the buff is Standing Firm, which increases the active character's defense. If
Okay,
there are
so you're
two Geo
guaranteed
party
that.
members, the buff is Impregnable, increasing both defense and resistance to interruption.
Really?
And if there are 3 Geo party members, the buff is Crunch, which increases defense and resistance to interruption, while also providing a Geo damage bonus.
How much of a Geo damage bonus? I'm kind of curious now.
Goro can only deploy a single General's War Banner at any given time. Also, characters can only benefit from one General's War Banner at a time. Any active buffs will be cleared shortly after the character leaves the banner's AoE.
Everyone on me!
Goro
Look at that cute
displays
little,
his
little
General's Vow,
floating guy by him.
dealing
Look at that guy.
AoE geo damage and creating the General's Glory field to embolden his comrades. General's Glory provides the same buffs as the General's War Banner created by Goro's elemental skill. Various buffs are provided to the active character in the skill's AoE, based on the number of Geo characters in the party. But this field moves with the active character.
Wow. Wow.
At regular intervals, a crystal collapse occurs, dealing AoE geo damage to one enemy within the field, and pulling an elemental shard from the crystallize reaction to the active character's location. When Goro uses his elemental burst, if there is a General's War Banner on the field, it will be destroyed. Also,
So you can,
while
you can only have
General's
one banner
Glory
active
is in
at a time.
effect,
How would you
using
want to build
Goro's
it?
elemental skill will not create a General's War Banner. After unlocking the talent Heedless of the Wind and Weather, all nearby party members receive a temporary defense boost after Goro uses Juga, Forward unto Victory. For the gifted to find their
How would
true
you wanna build
calling,
him?
someone
I don't-
must first recognize their talent. Goro knows this well. He is eternally grateful and staunchly committed to Watatsumi
I don't know how
Island's
I'd want to build
defense.
that character.
After unlocking the talent A Favor Repaid, Goro's elemental skill damage, burst damage, and crystal collapse damage are all increased by an amount based on his defense.
Oh, that's that. There you go. There you go. Boom. So defense stacking plus
Goro's unique skill set provides excellent support
flat
to Geo Party
damage.
members.
Maybe? Or HP?
Deploying the
I guess we just go
General's
with
War
HP
Banner
just to make him a tank.
establish an optimal formation before launching the offensive is the core of Goro's prowess as a general.
Y'all need to be telling me in the comments if I'm right or
When he
wrong about
joins
how to build these
forces with
characters.
other
Okay?
Geo
It's been a
comrades,
while
his
since I've tried to
General's
min-max
War
some
Banner
shit.
provides a diverse
Alright?
array of buffs, aiding the party both in offense
I am probably wrong
and
on a lot of
defense.
this.
When his energy is full, unleash Goro's elemental burst to establish the General's Glory field, creating the perfect moment to attack and inspiring the whole party to press forward unto victory.
Smack the shit out of him, Ito. Jesus. Damn.
Whether they seek it or not, those of exceptional ability and character tend to gain the trust of the masses. For Goro, this trust serves both as a confirmation of his abilities and motivation to hone them continuously. But the cost of being someone that everyone relies on is the burden of responsibility that it brings. Everything from helping the troops with their daily struggles to keeping Watatsumi Island safe and secure ultimately falls on Goro's shoulders. Time and fate treat such notions with contempt, which can make the burden unbearably heavy. If one day the world is turned upside down, will his instincts and determination alone provide him with enough strength to keep carrying the load he bears?
That's a good question. Will it? Goro's like music was interesting. It almost like reminded me like a Final Fantasy style. I kind of liked it though. Ooh.
Although the paths through the lofty peaks of Jueyun Karst are arduous, there are always bright-eyed mortals who come seeking the adeptal path. For all their ambition, most mere mortals cannot fathom the way to the adepti.
Yeah, is that place finally unlocked yet? Can you actually go into that little closed area?
Yet those fortunate enough to encounter some hardship may
that
suddenly
area.
find themselves being rescued by a divine young lady. Stunned by the elegance of their silver-haired savior, they hastily begin bowing excitedly in reverence and adulation, only to find their adeptus rescuer remain indifferent and leave without even a second glance.
Damn, really? Shinhei don't give a fuck.
I will do as you command.
Though Shenhua is often mistaken for an adeptus, she is actually a mortal, albeit one who is an accomplished adepti disciple.
She's an immortal?
Being naturally gifted, and having learned polearm combat and various adeptal arts from her masters, exorcising evil spirits is a mere trifle to her.
Wow, she made it look easy right there.
Under her master's tutelage, Shenhua trained diligently, producing impressive results. When Shenhua is dispatched on a 20-hour expedition in Liyue, she will obtain increased rewards. Shenhua's normal attack can combo up to 5 strikes with her polearm, dealing physical damage. Shenhua's charged attack consumes a set amount of stamina to lunge
So that's
forward,
pretty standard for most
dealing
characters.
damage to enemies in her path.
Tell me more about Shenhua. Shenhua?
When she
Shenhui?
casts
Shenhe?
Spring Spirit Summoning,
Jenny? I'm just gonna call her Jenny.
Shenhua grants all nearby party members
Jenny.
the Icy Quill effect, and deals cryo damage in different ways based on whether the skill is tapped or held. When tapped, Shenhua will rush forward with a Talisman Spirit, dealing cryo damage to enemies along her path. When held, Shenhua commands the Talisman Spirit to deal AoE cryo damage
That's
to
interesting.
surrounding
So
enemies.
depending how you hold it,
When party members are affected by Icy
it
Quill,
does different things? Huh.
normal, charged, and plunging attacks, elemental skills, and elemental bursts that deal cryo damage to enemies deal increased damage based on Shenhua's current attack. The Icy Quill's effect will be cleared once its duration ends, or after being triggered a certain number
Yo,
of
that is
times.
so wild.
When the skill is held rather than tapped, the effect lasts longer and can be triggered more times. When a party member with the Icy Quill effect deals an instance of cryo damage to multiple enemies, the effect is triggered multiple times, according to the number of enemies hit. The number of times Icy Quill's effect is triggered is calculated separately for each party member.
Wow.
After unlocking the talent Spirit Communion Seal, when Shenhua casts Spring Spirit Summoning, she grants additional effects to all nearby party members. Tapping the skill increases their elemental skill and elemental burst damage, while holding the skill increases their normal, charged, and plunging attack damage.
Cryo Incarnate!
Shenhua unleashes the power of the Talisman Spirit, allowing it to roam free, dealing AoE cryo damage. The Talisman Spirit then creates a field, which decreases the cryo and physical resistance of enemies within, and also deals periodic cryo damage to them. After unlocking the talent Deific Embrace, an active character within the AoE of Divine Maiden's Deliverance will gain a cryo damage bonus.
Really? That'd be an interesting combo to have on.
Shenhua is fated to bear the curse of calamity. As cautioned by the Adepti, she is careful to avoid harming the innocent. But as for those with malicious intent, she is only too happy to put them in their place by giving them a taste of the Adepti arts.
Put them in their place.
Shenhua's Spring Spirit Summoning is the core of her skill set, offering support to other cryo party members with the Icy Quill effect. In battle, proficient use of her elemental skills tap and hold effects allows Shenhua to shine by enhancing the party's attack capabilities.
That is so crazy. Like
When energy is full,
it would definitely take a lot of getting used to with this character to
decreasing
kind of
enemies' cryo
figure
and
out
physical
when it's good
resistance,
to do a hold thing
and
or
creating
it's
the
good to do a
opportune
normal
moment
attack.
to defeat the
I think it'd be
weakened
really
enemies.
cool, but like I like the concept. I just feel like that's gonna be that's a shit ton of thinking you have to do per fight.
Liyue Harbor is known as a bustling melting pot of a city, ready to welcome any and every lonely figure. But if Shenhua truly wishes to rejoin human society, There is much she will have to learn.
I mean, she's an immortal.
Even
she's
I
a badass. She
myself
doesn't need
do
to
not
join
relish the
society.
solitary life I lead. When others are fortunate enough to meet a companion for their journey, I sincerely wish them the very best. After all, to this day, I hold that people should be authors of their own fate, both the crane ready to make peace with the past, and the beast with a grudge to bear have the freedom to make their journey home.
Wow. Shinhei, don't play with her, okay? She's immortal. She'll fuck you up. And she's antisocial. Oh, mash. Oh my gosh.
Yaimiko is a
Ooh,
divine
strawberry
kitsune,
hair bay!
as the Electro Archon's familiar and Guji of the Grand Narukami Shrine. Her dignified presence commands awe and respect. But as chief editor of the Yai Publishing House, and a patron and participant of festivities, her crafty tone keeps you guessing.
Darn toot.
This leaves many
She's quite
uncertain of
sassy.
how to deal with the majestic but mystifying Miko. In reality, however, if you want to make Lady Guji smile, you needn't deliver an eloquent speech. You simply need to say these 4 magic words. Something amusing just happened.
Please step on me.
Whatever would you do without me?
In Yaimiko's eyes, shooing away pesky intruders is a
Four
tedious
magic words.
task that does not require her personal involvement. She can leave this to the Kitsune spirits. Only when her curiosity is aroused will Yaimiko show her fabled fox form and summon lightning plummeting from above. It's said that those lucky enough to witness this spectacle never live to tell of the tale.
Tell of the tale.
With her age and
Tail.
experience,
Ha, ha,
Yaimiko
ha.
is one of the most learned in the land. Even if the spur-of-the-moment stories she enjoys telling make this hard to believe. When Yaimiko crafts character talent materials, there is a chance to obtain 1 extra random item of the same region.
That's nifty.
This item has the same rarity as the material consumed. Yaimiko's normal attack performs up to 3 consecutive attacks, dealing electro damage. Her charged attack consumes a set amount of stamina and deals AoE electro damage after a short casting time. Tap her elemental skill, and Yaimiko moves swiftly, leaving behind a Seisho Sakura. While on the field, it periodically strikes one nearby enemy with lightning, dealing electro damage.
Is there a way to increase its attack speed?
This skill has 3 charges, and a maximum of 3 Seisho Sakura can exist at one time. If another Seisho Sakura is nearby, its level is increased, meaning its lightning
they all like
strikes
tie
deal
to
more
each other
damage.
for more damage.
Initially,
That's
Seisho
dumb.
Sakura are created at level 1, and the maximum level is 3. By strategically spacing the Seisho Sakura, Yaimiko can quickly create an ideal formation to increase their damage level and put her enemy in a difficult position.
Just
When the
constant
Guji
lightning
of the
striking.
shrine recites a blessing, thunder roars in response. After unlocking the talent Enlightened Blessing, Seisho Sakura damage is increased, based on Yaimiko's elemental mastery.
Okay, so you stack
I'm
her
always
elemental.
watching.
Okay, noted. Elemental
When
stacking.
Yaimiko unleashes her elemental
like
burst,
cooldown
she
then?
summons a lightning strike,
So that way
dealing
you can
AoE
constantly
electro
keep the, like,
damage.
little totems up?
When cast, Yaimiko unseals nearby Seisho Sakura, destroying their outer forms and transforming them into Tenko Thunderbolts, dealing further AoE electro damage. For each Seisho Sakura destroyed in this way, 1 Tenko Thunderbolt strikes down.
Jeez.
After unlocking the talent, the Shrine's Sacred Shade, when Yaimiko casts her elemental burst, each Seisho Sakura destroyed resets the cooldown for 1 charge of her elemental skill. Don't let Yaimiko's
just made it
graceful
look
outward
easy right
appearance
there.
fool you into thinking she is gracious in temperament, for that would be a fatal error. During battle,
What the heck is
Yaimiko
that
does
thing?
not think twice before unleashing Seisho Sakura. She ensnares the enemy in a perilous position, dealing damage and creating opportunities for teammates to attack. When energy is full, Yaimiko unleashes her elemental burst, unsealing nearby Seisho Sakura, and summoning Tenko Thunderbolts to make sure these tiresome foes disappear for good.
Wow,
In storytelling
dude.
skill, the
Her
writers
in
of the Yai
combination with like the
Publishing
Raiden
House are my
Shogun
superiors.
is insane.
When I get talking, I tend to speak of true historical events, But under Chief Editor Yai's guidance, works of sheer fantasy thrive, accounting for the vast majority of popular light novels. Maybe in another few centuries, archaeologists will find books filled with pure fiction, mistake them for rare historical records, and draw all kinds of conclusions
What the heck is that thing?
Perhaps by then, the truth of the
That's a
past will be
beautiful picture right
consumed
there.
as entertaining fiction. Its only purpose, to meet people's need for novelty, save for the sneering of the kitsune. All that will remain is the despairing sighs of the long forgotten.
Wow. Whew. Jeez Louise, guys. Well, if I'm not mistaken, that is the end of our, that is the end of our list there. If you guys enjoyed this video, make sure to hit that like and subscribe button down there. Really would help out the analytics of the channel. If you made it this far, thank you. You're, you know, hopefully more people do it, but you know what? For now, you're part of the few. Okay. So that being said, I want to know, what else do you guys want me to react to? Okay. Because I'm trying to do other stuff for Genshin, because I really do enjoy Genshin. I don't want to go to Honkai Impact yet. I feel like there's more content that we can do for Genshin. But I need to know what you guys want to see. So drop it in the comments below, and I'll be paying attention to it. And thanks for watching. Later.